Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of 2022. I wanted to do a quick update on what I've going on, what my plans are for this year, and then we should get back into tutorials with the next video, which would hopefully be soon. But first I want to talk about some of the things that are going to go on, especially on the first few months. Obviously, for the later months, I have little idea on what is going to go on. Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly say, if you want to support this channel, go to my Spotify or Apple Music. There you can follow me and add some of my songs to your daily listening playlist. Thank you very much. Let's get back into the video. The first thing that I want to talk about is my upcoming remix, which I'm releasing. I think most of you have seen it by now, the preview video for that. But I'm releasing the remix first onto Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all of the streaming services. And then 3 days later, it will be on YouTube, SoundCloud and Bandcamp. And the reason why I do that is I kind of want to see how well my traffic flow goes to streaming platforms. So if you want to help me with that, if you want to boost the traffic to that, then definitely go and check out my streaming platforms. But yeah, so that's a release that is coming up. It's the first release in more than a year, obviously with my break and everything, and the fact that I was working on a big release, which I'm still planning on doing, which is the album. It just kind of didn't feel right to release the music that I had laying around kind of thing. But I managed to get everything ready for this release, and at this time, the remix that I'm putting out. I haven't told you yet who I'm remixing. So I'll do that now. I kind of kept it a secret a little bit, again, to build some hype. But the person that I'm remixing is the elusive Gluon, which you all better know as Dash Glitch. He does the elusive Gluon with another artist. So that's like his collaborative project. And last year, or more than last year, back when I was before my break making videos, I did 2 videos on doing remixes, how you would go about approaching a remix, or how I would go about approaching a remix. And since then I completely redid the remix, so it's not the track from that video, it's actually a completely new production, but it's still the same song that I'm remixing. And towards the end of the preview you should be able to hear some of the vocals from that remix video. If you go back into the video, you might actually be able to hear the same vocals. But that's all that's going to be. That's what I'm releasing. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy that music. I had a blast making it. It's just a different project for me. One, because I was really into sliding bass lines at that point. So it's full of that. And a whole bunch of different effects that kind of layer nicely on top of it. It's a kind of psytrance that I haven't really produced before. So it was a really new experience. But also the fact that you're just working with material made by somebody else, like partially, because that's really what a remix is. That just kind of made it fun, and it's a different project than what I'm used to, which is just me finding something cool to use. Usually I'll find like a theme of an idea, or maybe like a starting sample and something, and then just build a track around that. But then usually like 99% of the production is me making my own sounds, apart from obviously like drum samples and stuff like that. So yeah, this is just a little bit of a different project for me, and I hope to see it doing well, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as well. So yeah, that is the first point. The second point that I want to talk about is the album. The album is ready for release in terms of the music. The music is all done and finished. The only problem that I'm running into now is the music video. Partially my fault. It's the music video itself is also a very big project, because I am very ambitious in this kind of thing. It being my first major release, like a full album, I wanted to do well, and I want to make sure that everything I do kind of promotes the album in a way. So I'm spending a lot more time on like the assets, the music video, everything around the release itself as well. And that just takes up a lot more time than I thought. The second thing is, because I'm working on a fairly complex music video, there's a very long rendering time. You might not know this because I haven't really mentioned it, but I do all of what I do, all of the music production, everything, the whole YouTube, every video that I render, everything on the machine that is now 8 years old and wasn't initially designed to do like rendering and that kind of thing. So it is still a very powerful computer, and for normal YouTube stuff, it just takes a lot of time to render. So like a 1 hour video would take like 3 hours to render for me. But that is something that I can, you know, I can turn it on at night and then just have it ready the next morning and then just post it. So something like that. That's what I did, for example, with the video on bass lines that I recently did. I just left it on during the night, and then the next morning I was, okay, this is done. I can now actually post it, and then I will prepare everything and just post it. So that's not a problem. But the problem is with After Effects, those projects just take much, much longer. So I finished the first of the 13 music videos like completely. I am still waiting for some of the assets that I need from somebody else who is helping me with making the assets. But then I would be able to like render it, and I did a test render and it was saying it would take about 4 days to render the 11-minute music video for the first track. And taking that as kind of a guess, what it would mean is that the whole project would take about a month of like full-on rendering time on just my machine. So that means that I need some other solution to do that. I cannot spend 1 month with my computer just like full-on rendering. That's not a possibility here. So I'm looking into things. If you have any experience with After Effects and you wish to help me, you can contact me on Discord. But I would love it if somebody could like help me, guide me through some of like the workflow things. I am already talking to one person who does like video editing professionally. But if somebody else has experience with that as well, then feel free to contact me as well. I can use any opinion on this kind of topics, because I am not actually a professional with like After Effects and those kind of software. So I am kind of still a beginner, and this is the first big project that I'm doing with it. So there's a lot of eye-opening things happening, and I'm learning a lot with After Effects, and I'm already getting faster. But like really putting in the work and getting things done is still like difficult for me. The third thing that I want to mention is something you probably already know if you like slightly follow me, and that is that in February, towards the end of February, I will be restarting studies. I'm going to do a master's degree in musical engineering, which I'm really stoked about. It sounds like a very cool course, and very cool topics being covered here, which obviously also apply to the YouTube channel. So it's going to be from mixing everything to like songwriting, even recording, that kind of thing. Things that I usually don't do here on this channel, because obviously I don't really have a recording studio. I just am a bedroom producer, and I really only work with my own material, except for that remix then obviously. But basically all the time I'm sitting here working on stuff that is eventually going to be like released for me. And I want to get to a point where I would also be able to work with material that would not necessarily be for my own career. So I could find a job as like a mixing engineer if I ever need to, or a mastering engineer, or a recording artist, or a recording like engineer, whatever. So that does mean a few things. One, that I need to start supporting myself, and that will mean that I need to find a job somewhere. I was hoping that I would be able to fully do it off YouTube, but that's just not the case. I'm not making enough money to support myself fully and like pay rent and bills and everything. Which is obvious with a channel that's like 5,000 subscribers. That's something you should expect, right? But that does mean that there's going to be, that I need to find a job somewhere else, and therefore I would have less time to work on YouTube. Now, obviously, I don't know any of the details yet. I don't know how much and what I kind of need to think about. But I do know that I'm going to be having less time than I would since I restarted doing YouTube. So there's probably going to be less big projects. I do want to try to do like big videos, the long format videos, because you guys seem to really like those. But any like outside projects, like that's why I'm trying to get the music video done and stuff like that, and all the other kind of the big things that I have going on behind the scenes. I'm going to need to step away from those things and just fully focus on my studies, my job, and then YouTube for the first thing. And then maybe if I get into a rhythm and I have some free time, I can maybe work on another sample pack, or whatever, like a masterclass or anything like that. But the focus is going to be studies, job, and then YouTube in that order. Yeah, because those are the most important things, obviously. As I said, I'm going to try to keep up the schedule, but it's just something that I need to see if it's going to work or not. That's going to be towards the end of February, so I also would need some time to prepare. So I'm going to go to where I'm studying at the start of February. At least that's the plan, if everything goes well. And then from there on, we'll see what happens. So that's everything I wanted to talk about. Again, a little channel update just so you know what's going on. I could also do this as a post, but I think it's a little bit more personal to do it like a video like this. But yeah, this is going to be the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and whatever. There's not really too much to enjoy with these update videos. It's mainly the tutorials. But yeah, I hope a new tutorial will be out soon. I kind of need to find the right topic to cover next, but I'll find something and then I'll see what I can do. So I hope to see you in the next video, which hopefully again will be a tutorial, either that or the release of my song. And I'll hope to see you there. Bye bye.